power of Stoicism. 10 timeless lessons for a calm and resilient mind. The path to unbreakable tranquility. Introduction. Why Stoicism matters more than ever. Imagine standing in the middle of a raging storm. The wind howls, the rain lashes against your skin, and chaos surrounds you. Most people would panic, running for cover, desperate for shelter from the relentless fury of nature. But now, picture a different scene. Someone standing firm, undisturbed, unshaken, and accepting the storm for what it is. That person is a Stoic. In today's world, where stress, anxiety, and uncertainty seem to dominate our daily lives, Stoicism offers a mental framework that is more valuable than ever. Whether you're stuck in traffic, facing a career crisis, or dealing with personal hardship, the principles of Stoicism provide a powerful shield against emotional turbulence. But Stoicism is often misunderstood. Some think it's about suppressing emotions or living a life of cold, detached logic. That's not true. Stoicism is about mastering emotions, not eliminating them. It's about finding freedom in discipline, peace in adversity, and clarity in chaos. In this in-depth exploration, we will unlock the 10 timeless lessons of Stoicism, reimagining them for the modern world. Along the way, we'll delve into real-life examples, engaging stories, and practical applications, ensuring that these teachings aren't just abstract concepts but tools you can apply immediately. So, are you ready to transform your mind, build emotional resilience, and embrace life with an unshakable sense of peace? Let's begin. Lesson 1. Control what you can. Let go of what you can't. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies one of its most fundamental teachings, the dichotomy of control, a concept famously articulated by Epictetus. He tells us that in life, there are two types of things. Things we can control: our thoughts, choices, actions, and how we respond to situations. Things we cannot control: other people's actions, external circumstances, the economy, the weather, or even unexpected setbacks. The mistake most people make is spending their energy trying to control the uncontrollable, leading to frustration, anxiety, and disappointment. But the Stoic focuses solely on what is within their power, freeing themselves from unnecessary suffering. A modern example: consider an athlete preparing for the Olympics. They can control their training, diet, discipline, and mindset, but they cannot control the weather on race day, the performance of their competitors, or the judges' decisions. A true Stoic would accept these external factors and pour their energy into preparation rather than worrying about unfair outcomes. Practical takeaway: when facing challenges, ask yourself, is this within my control? If yes, take action. If no, let go of anxiety and focus on your response. Lesson 2. The power of acceptance. Find peace in what is. If there's one person who embodied Stoic acceptance, it's Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and philosopher. Despite ruling during wars, plagues, and political betrayal, he maintained a mindset of calm acceptance, writing in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the Stoic practice of amor fati, loving one's fate. It means not just tolerating life's hardships, but embracing them as necessary ingredients of your growth. Story of a Stoic leader. Imagine a CEO whose company is collapsing due to an economic downturn. A non-Stoic would spiral into despair, blaming the market, the government, or bad luck. A Stoic leader, however, would accept the reality and focus on strategic decisions: what can still be saved, what lessons can be learned, and how they can adapt to emerge stronger. Practical takeaway: instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" shift your mindset to, "What can I learn from this?" Resisting reality leads to suffering. Acceptance brings power. Lesson 3. Mindfulness. Live fully in the present. While many associate mindfulness with Eastern philosophy, Seneca, a Roman Stoic, was one of its earliest advocates. He warned against being trapped by the past, regret, or the future, anxiety, urging us to fully engage with the present moment. Most of us are guilty of this, worrying about the future. What if I fail? Dwelling on the past. I shouldn't have done that. Forgetting to live in the now, mindlessly scrolling through social media while ignoring meaningful moments. A thought-provoking perspective. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." How often have you dreaded an upcoming event, only to realize later that it wasn't as bad as you feared? The mind often magnifies problems that don't exist yet, robbing us of peace in the present. Practical takeaway: train your mind to fully experience the present. Whether it's enjoying a meal, walking in nature, or talking to a loved one, eliminate unnecessary mental noise by focusing on one task at a time. Conclusion of Part 1. Stoicism is a mindset shift. At this point, we've unlocked 3 foundational lessons. Control what you can, release what you can't. Accept life's hardships instead of resisting them. Live fully in the present instead of being trapped by past or future worries. But this is just the beginning. In the next part, we'll dive into deeper lessons. How to build resilience, master emotions, and cultivate wisdom. All through powerful stories and real-world applications. Are you ready to take your understanding of Stoicism to the next level? Let's continue. The core principles of Stoicism in action. Lesson 4. Resilience, turning adversity into strength. One of the defining characteristics of a Stoic is resilience, the ability to remain strong in the face of adversity. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who was born into slavery and later became one of the greatest teachers of Stoicism, famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This idea is central to the Stoic mindset. Events themselves do not disturb us. It is our interpretation of them that creates suffering. The story of James Stockdale, a Stoic in captivity. James Stockdale was a U.S. Navy pilot who was captured during the Vietnam War and spent 7 years as a prisoner of war. He was subjected to torture, starvation, and solitary confinement. Yet, he credited his survival to Stoicism, specifically Epictetus' teachings on resilience and control. Stockdale refused to see himself as a helpless victim. He couldn't control the external conditions of his captivity, but he could control his mind, his reactions, and his ability to endure. He focused on maintaining his dignity, supporting fellow prisoners, and accepting that his suffering was part of something larger. When he was finally released, he emerged not broken, but stronger. Practical takeaway: when facing hardship, don't ask, "Why me?" Instead, ask, "How can I grow from this?" Train yourself to see adversity as an opportunity, not an obstacle. Lesson 5. The power of choosing your response. The core of Stoicism is the understanding that while we can't control events, we can always control our reactions. The story of Viktor Frankl, finding freedom in the worst conditions. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, wrote in Man's Search for Meaning, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." Frankl survived the horrors of Nazi concentration camps not because he was stronger physically, but because he maintained control over his mind and perspective. He realized that even in the worst conditions, his mind was his own domain. This is pure Stoicism in action. Practical takeaway: when confronted with negativity or unfair treatment, pause and choose your response wisely. Instead of reacting emotionally, ask yourself, what would a wise Stoic do? Lesson 6. Temperance, moderating desires for true happiness. The Stoics understood that excessive desires lead to suffering. Seneca, a wealthy Roman senator, warned against greed and indulgence, noting that true happiness comes from moderation and self-control. A modern example, the illusion of more. Imagine 2 people. One is obsessed with getting richer, constantly comparing themselves to others, never satisfied. The other person is content with what they have, enjoying life's simple pleasures without needing more. Which one is happier? The second person, because they practice temperance. Stoicism teaches us that external wealth means nothing if internal peace is missing. Practical takeaway: instead of chasing material wealth, focus on what truly matters: character, relationships, and wisdom. Before making a decision, ask, is this necessary? Or is it just a fleeting desire? Lesson 7. Justice, doing what's right, even when it's hard. Marcus Aurelius believed that justice, doing what is fair, honest, and good for society, was the highest virtue a Stoic could practice. The story of Cincinnatus, duty over personal gain. Cincinnatus was a Roman farmer who was called upon to become a dictator during a crisis. He led Rome to victory, but instead of keeping power, he voluntarily stepped down and returned to his farm. This is a rare example of true Stoic leadership, putting duty over personal ambition. In today's world, we often see the opposite: leaders who cling to power for selfish reasons. Stoicism teaches that justice is about doing what is right, even when no one is watching. Practical takeaway: always act with integrity, even when it's inconvenient. Measure success not by wealth or status, but by the impact you leave on others. Lesson 8. Embracing impermanence, everything changes. One of the hardest truths in life is that everything is temporary. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the shortness of life, using this understanding to stay humble and focused on what truly matters. The lesson of memento mori: remember you will die. The Stoics embraced memento mori, a practice of reminding oneself that death is inevitable. While this may seem morbid, it actually makes life more precious. When we remember that time is limited, we stop wasting it. Practical takeaway: instead of fearing change, embrace it as part of life's natural cycle. Live each day as if it were your last, not in recklessness, but in presence and purpose. Lesson 9. Gratitude, seeing life as a gift. Seneca taught that gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for maintaining inner peace. Instead of focusing on what we lack, we should focus on what we already have. A Stoic perspective on gratitude. Two people experience the same event: losing their job. One sees it as a disaster, sinking into self-pity. The other sees it as an opportunity for growth, appreciating the chance to start anew. Same event, different mindset. Gratitude shifts perception. Practical takeaway: start each day listing 3 things you're grateful for. When facing adversity, ask, what hidden benefit could this situation hold? Lesson 10. Never stop learning and growing. Epictetus believed that a wise person is always a student. Life is a continuous journey of self-improvement. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. A story of lifelong learning. Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin, one of America's founding fathers, dedicated his life to self-improvement. He practiced 13 virtues, including moderation, humility, and industry, keeping track of his progress daily. Franklin understood that growth isn't about achieving perfection. It's about striving to be better than you were yesterday. Practical takeaway: develop a lifelong learning mindset. Read, question, and improve daily. Surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire you. Becoming a Stoic warrior. We've now explored 10 powerful lessons from Stoicism. Control what you can. Release what you can't. Accept hardships instead of resisting them. Live in the present. Build resilience through adversity. Choose your response wisely. Moderate your desires. Act with justice and integrity. Embrace impermanence. Practice gratitude daily. Commit to lifelong learning. These aren't just abstract theories, they are practical tools for mastering life. In the final part, we'll explore how to apply these lessons daily, using real-world exercises and strategies to internalize the Stoic way of life. Are you ready to take action? Let's move forward. Embracing Stoicism in daily life. Applying Stoicism in your daily routine. Understanding the principles of Stoicism is only the beginning. True wisdom comes from application. Here's how you can integrate Stoic practices into your daily life and cultivate a strong, resilient mind. 1. Morning reflection. Start the day with intention. The Stoics believed in preparing the mind before facing the chaos of the day. Daily practice. Spend 5 minutes each morning in reflection. Ask yourself, what challenges might I face today? How can I respond with wisdom and patience? What virtues should I embody today? Visualize yourself handling situations with calmness and reason rather than frustration. 2. Midday check-in. Pausing for a Stoic perspective. Life is unpredictable. Unexpected challenges can trigger negative emotions. This is where Stoic mindfulness comes in. Daily practice. At lunchtime, take 2 minutes to check in with yourself. Am I letting external events dictate my mood? Am I focusing on what I can control? Am I staying true to my principles? Real-life example. Imagine you're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. Instead of getting angry, remind yourself, can I control the traffic? No, but I can control my reaction. This is Stoicism in action. 3. Evening journaling. Reflecting like Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius wrote meditations as a way to reflect on his thoughts and actions each day. You can do the same. Daily practice. Before bed, write down, what did I do well today? Where did I fail to act with virtue? What can I do better tomorrow? This builds self-awareness and continuous improvement, key pillars of Stoicism. Overcoming challenges with Stoicism. Handling criticism and negative feedback. Seneca wisely said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Criticism can feel painful, but only if we let it. Instead of reacting emotionally, analyze whether the feedback is constructive. Use it as a tool for growth. Baseless. Let it go. It does not define you. Practical strategy. Pause before responding to criticism. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If valid, learn from it. If not, discard it without emotional turmoil. Dealing with uncertainty and fear. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Fear comes from uncertainty. The Stoic solution? Accept uncertainty as a part of life and focus on what you can control. Real-life example. A person fearing job loss due to economic downturn can stay proactive, improve skills, and prepare for new opportunities. Detach from panic. Accept that markets fluctuate. Stress won't change that. Practice gratitude. Focus on what is still in your hands. The Stoic way. Living with purpose and peace. The ultimate Stoic mindset shift. Living a Stoic life is not about being emotionless. It's about mastering emotions. It's about recognizing that happiness doesn't come from external success. It comes from inner strength. Hardship is not suffering, it's training. Peace is not found in avoiding problems. It's found in meeting them with courage. The modern world is filled with distractions, negativity, and stress. But you don't have to be consumed by it. The Stoic path offers clarity and tranquility amidst the chaos. Final Stoic challenge. Take action today. Stoicism is a philosophy of action. Here's how you can start living it today. Practice daily reflection, morning visualization, midday check-ins, and evening journaling. Control your responses in every interaction. Pause and ask, is this within my control? Embrace discomfort. Seek challenges to build resilience. Practice gratitude. Train your mind to see the good in all situations. Never stop learning. Study Stoic texts. Challenge your beliefs and grow daily. Closing thoughts. You are stronger than you think. The Stoics were not superhuman. They were ordinary people just like us who learned to master their minds. And if they could do it, so can you. The world will always be chaotic. People will be unpredictable. Life will be uncertain. But amidst all of this, you can be unshaken. Be the calm in the storm. Live with wisdom, resilience, and inner peace. That is the Stoic way. Final words. This concludes our deep dive into the 10 timeless lessons of Stoicism. If you've made it this far, you're already taking the first steps toward a stronger, calmer mind. The next step is up to you. Apply these lessons and transform your life. If you found this guide valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to spread the wisdom of Stoicism. Let's build a community of resilient, mindful individuals who thrive in any situation. Leave a comment below. What's your biggest takeaway from Stoicism? Let's discuss.